Mental Health, the Up&Up. We're trying to make mental health care clear, helpful, and maybe even fun. We're chatting with licensed therapists, but this is not therapy. These are simply thoughts and ideas for you to discuss with your own therapist and to help you on your journey of complete wellness. Hello, and welcome back to Mental Health, the Up&Up. We are back with another holiday special talking about gifts and what is it that makes a good gift? Because we have opinions on these things.
We have opinions on everything. Sometimes they even are the same opinion between the two of us.
Sometimes. So I know we've got a few specific points we wanted to hit, but go ahead and start us off.
I was, again, going to kind of challenge you a little bit. And do you remember, what are some of the gifts that for you stand out as, I remember this when I was a kid or whatever? Can you think of some?
The biggest one that comes to top of the mind is when my parents and my aunts and uncles and grandparents all pitched in together to buy me it was a Bitty Baby from the American Girl magazine.
Oh,
It wasn't an American Girl doll. It was just a baby doll, and but she was very special, and she had all her special little things that came with her. She had a little basket suit or wicker suitcase that came with a little tea set and her clothes and all the stuff. She was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I think she may be gone now. I think she might have gotten moldy at some point in storage, and I had to throw her out. But that was one of the best presents. Other than that, when my husband got me my home library kit where I could put little checkout cards in the front of all my books.
That's such a cute idea.
And so me and my stepdaughter spent a day putting them into the books, and I made an Excel sheet of my library and started inputting all the books into the library.
Oh,
and we stamped them, and it was beautiful.
I used to work at the library in grade school for some bizarre reason. Total squirrel. In grade school, I was a good student, and they would pull me out to do office work sometimes.
That's funny.
So I'm wondering I'm sure that's what it was. They just needed an extra hand, and I would check out books, and just stamping that thing is just fun.
It was great.
If you ever find a little card catalog, which they don't have anymore. Oh.
They don't, but I want to find one of the old cabinets and get it for cheap so that I can just have it in my house.
Yeah.
I'll use it for something, maybe office supplies.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But that gift was particularly fun because I tend to give him a list of if you're ever wondering what to get me, buy me X, Y, or Z, so that he's not unprepared. But this was something that wasn't on my list, but was absolutely something I wanted that I just hadn't talked to him about. And so he found it and was like, "This is Anna." And so that made me feel loved. Which reminds me of another one I got, which was from my grandparents. It was a teddy bear, and it was just because they saw it and thought of me. And it wasn't at a holiday. It was just they were coming to see me, and they saw this teddy bear somewhere, and they brought it home, and it was perfect.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
All of those remind me of at least a couple of the points we make, is that a gift is a good gift is one that really keeps the receiver in mind, what they are. So yes, I totally, anything having to do with books, library and it's the thought behind the gift, which I know is a cliche, but you liked the bear, but the idea that they just saw it and thought of you.
Exactly.
It's that connection. Most of the gifts that I remember have been made by my daughter.
Yeah.
Which she just puts such thought into them. One I remember from childhood was an easy bake oven, which again was just something I wanted. And another one that I tell people about this and they think I'm complaining, but I'm not, is one year for Valentine's Day, I got a composter.
Oh.
Because I wanted a composter, and it was to me, very romantic, and more romantic than a more typical gift. Yeah, it was it was something that, again, that he knew what I wanted and
Mm-hmm.
who I was. And I tell people that, and they're like, "Oh, but he, some men aren't," and they're like, "No, it was perfect." It's
I could imagine people take that as the equivalent of buying your wife a vacuum for
uh-huh.
your anniversary or
Yeah.
something. But no, if that's exactly what you wanted, my
Yeah.
my grandparents, my grandpa was the one for big romantic gestures. So for one of their anniversaries, he bought her a rose for every year they'd been together. So that was how big the
Oh.
bouquet was, which sounds so beautiful. She hated it.
Oh, uh-huh.
She wanted a new washing machine. That was
Yeah.
exactly what she asked for, and he didn't get
Mhm.
it for her, so she was very put out.
Yeah, I have a story that someone wanted a Fitbit wrist
Mm-hmm.
watch, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and her husband got her a diamond bracelet, and she was,
Yeah.
not as excited as he wanted, and he said, "But it's a
Yep.
better gift." Well, it's not a better gift if it's not what you want. And I do, I
Exactly.
think, again, the issue with getting, the old, I don't know, cliche of getting your wife a vacuum cleaner or a blender for as a gift
Yeah.
is um, is a cliche because it has to do with not really thinking about the other person. But yes, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
she wanted a washing machine. That's what she wanted. So
Yeah.
they do say I saw some research on gifts surprising people. Like,
Mm.
oh, I wasn't, and it is more likely statistically that somebody's going to appreciate something on a list that they already know they want rather than something they hadn't thought of.
Yeah.
Um, and most people think a gift has to be surprising,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't think it does. It's kind of cool when it's surprising when it hits the spot.
Yeah. I feel the same way about proposals, marriage proposals.
Ah, uh-huh,
I remember way back in the day getting into a debate with someone. We were watching the ball drop for New Year's, and they
uh-huh,
literally on the TV they lined up these six couples so that they could propose on TV. And I'm like, well, that takes the romance out of it because now you
yeah,
just lined up there like stock,
yeah,
just waiting your turn.
uh-huh,
And someone asked her like, well, don't you want to know that the proposal's coming or something like that? I'm like, well,
uh-huh,
yes. Like I'm a
uh-huh,
thoughtful person. We
uh-huh,
did courtship versus dating,
uh-huh,
so I knew we were aiming toward marriage. But like the way and the how should be kind of fun at the very least, maybe.
yeah.
Which is
Well,
ironic
and
because we didn't do that either. But it was
what
perfect
did you
for us.
do?
He got a ring from his family. His mom gave it to him to give to me as a engagement ring, and he went and got it sized and fixed at Fred Meyer. And we were running. I think I'd gone to work with him that day, and we were just running some extra errands before he took me home at the end of the day. And he went in while I waited in the car to go get something, and he came back to
Mhm.
the car and he's like, "So, anyways, no, it was better than that. What he said is, so this kind of makes it official because
Mhm.
we know we like each other and we want to get married." And that was pretty much it.
And again, I think it has to do with that other person.
Exactly.
Not that I've ever been in danger of this or think I'll ever be in danger of this, but I've always thought if a man like proposed to me in a restaurant, like, and everybody's there like
Mm,
clap, clap, that I would say, "Let me think about it," because I hate being put on the spot.
you do, yeah,
And it's like, don't you, that's not romantic for me. That's
yeah,
terrifying, to wait,
right.
I have to answer you right now. What if I say no? Even if
Well,
I mean to say, want to say yes, they're like, don't, yeah.
you can't even feel romantic. You're busy stressing about everything else.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I feel the same when someone knocks on my door. Like I have
Mm,
just a little moment of,
yeah.
um, so,
Yep.
but yeah, a gift should definitely reflect that other person. Oh, I know what I was going to say. I recently rewatched an episode of Parks and Recreation where one person was going to propose to another person. And I thought this was amazing, and they ended up not doing this. because it was over the top and not what the other person wanted. But they did a whole like almost action movie where he like they did some in the jewelry store, and I can't remember exactly, but he buys a ring and then someone in a ninja suit tackles him, and they bring in like a body double who, and then at the end, so it's this whole story, and it's all like it's a 20-minute little mini
Mm-hmm.
movie, and then at the end he's there like, yeah, that's fun, but that's not her.
Right.
So he ended up proposing by bringing the three things he brought on their first date, which was
Aw.
a deck of cards because he showed her a magic trick,
Hmm.
and I can't remember the other two, but he did
But it
the other
was,
two. Yeah.
yeah.
And I think the magic trick, again, he must have, I'm sure he set it up, but they were all like the ace of hearts or something. So he said, pick one. It's the ace of hearts. Oh, that means I love you. But that touched her more than this big
Absolutely.
production. Yeah.
That's
So,
fantastic.
yeah. So it should be what the other person actually wants. And I'll tack
Yes.
on to that. It, sh- it shouldn't be what, or it doesn't work as well if it's something that if you don't know them well enough, or if it's something you want or think they should want, and especially not if it's something the store says they should want.
Oh,
There's always like a toy and even an adult gift every year that everybody kind of gets everybody, and I am just not convinced that that's the thing everybody actually wants. It's just the thing
yeah.
that people want to sell.
Hmm.
And if it is that thing, like an American Girl's doll or whatever, those were super popular.
Yeah.
My daughter never wanted one, so I didn't
Hmm.
get her one. But for a time, it was the thing, the
It
gift.
was.
Yeah. So I'm of the era. I'm sure you don't remember this, and where there was a singing trout it was a plaque. Do you know what I'm
Yep.
talking about?
Yep.
They're like, what the heck is this? And they sold so many, and because that was the thing. So,
Yeah.
um, and again, if the person you're buying a gift for likes to stay up on what the latest thing is, awesome.
Yeah.
Um, but I do think it's the thoughtfulness behind the gift.
Yeah. Well,
So,
because again, that has to go with knowing your audience, knowing who you're buying for or
mhm.
gifting for.
one of
I
my favorite
Go ahead.
one of my favorite song lyrics is to know him is to love, love, love him. And I think that's true. Love is truly deeply knowing someone. And
100%.
yeah, so go ahead. What were you going to say?
I think that ties in to because I mean, if they want the big hip thing for the season, that is one thing. But generally speaking, whatever gift you give someone doesn't have to be expensive either.
Hmm.
Um, One of my favorite gifts is my parents went for a walk on the beach and they came back and gave me a handful of really pretty rocks because they saw them and
Oh,
said, "Look, we saw these on the beach, so we gathered them for you."
I love that.
And it was perfect. It made me happy.
Yeah. And if parents think of the toys that their kids actually play with, it's rarely the more expensive ones. Sometimes it is.
Yeah,
But
sometimes
again, there's that cliche of you buy your kid a present and they end up playing with the box
the
that the
box.
present came in.
Yeah.
Um, I remember buying my daughter a pack of her favorite apple muffin mix.
Mm,
Might have been 5 packs or something like that because she really loved that.
yeah.
Um, wasn't her only gift, but uh,
Even if it was, it made her happy, I'm sure.
yes, yes. And we do have this tradition that I'm going to tack on to this idea of gift giving. I think it relates. I can relate it enough to tack it on. Um, if so, there were some toys that my daughter wanted that I didn't disapprove of them, but it wouldn't be something I would buy her. Barbies
Mm,
was one of them. I just don't like Barbies.
okay.
She wanted Barbies. That came from Santa Claus, not from me, you know.
Ah, interesting.
And then we expanded it. because one year I bought her a set of math flashcards, which I also thought she would like, but I'm there like, that's not really a gift. So I put on the card, to her from, and then I put on, she was like in third or fourth grade, her teacher's name.
Oh.
So she's there like, why didn't Mr. Cook get me a present? And she opens it and oh, okay. And so we
Yeah.
do that every year now. And so the cake mix might have been from Julia Childs or something,
Ah.
Julia Child or something like that. So we just kind of keep that up with, and now it's more a guessing game. Okay, this book or this present is from Agatha Christie. I think it might be a mystery book, you know.
Nice. I like that.
So, which actually goes into the other thing is people do remember activities more than they
Mm.
remember things.
Yeah.
And it just came to my mind one of my favorite birthday gifts. I just teared up a little bit thinking about this. Um, was my daughter looked up online. My birthday's February 2nd, which is Groundhog's Day. So she looked up online what other day it was. And it
Mm.
was like National Wetlands Day and National, Potato Pie Day. I can't remember the days now. But she set up an activity for, like 5 of those. Like we took a walk through some wetlands and we baked potato pie, and it was just that thoughtfulness that this is your
Yeah.
special day and spending time with her that was,
That is
and
awesome.
yeah, and her knowing me that would just sound that would sound fun to me. So,
Very nice.
yeah. So I know what you're going to read next, I think, and that's the no strings.
That is the
Is
next
that,
point. Yes.
yeah. And
And
go
this
ahead.
one is very, very important. I've been in several relationships, usually friendships, where I was given gifts as a way of indebting myself emotionally to the person.
Mm,
These were not
mm-hmm,
good friendships.
mm-hmm,
Some of them improved. Other ones I had to let go. But
mm-hmm,
it was a way of trying to make sure that I had to talk to them because they gave me this cool thing.
hmm.
So,
I'm gonna bust in a little bit with a kind of jokey thing
uh-huh.
where if you this was a grandmother sending money to her grandkids for their birthdays and she never got a
Uh-huh.
thank you note, so she
Oh.
sent them a letter and it said, here's the $5 for your birthday, but she didn't put $5 in it. She did hear back. Grandma, how are you?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, that indebtedness, uh, that's not a gift. That's a manipulation, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I've had that with uh, like I don't know, value of gift, and again, like
Mm-hmm.
society or monetary value, uh,
Yeah.
where I bake cookies and I get C's candy. Well, C's candy is more expensive than baking. Well, but I baked you cookies. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's not a great relationship.
I think anytime your relationship breaks down to a spot where you're having to keep tally of each other in
Oh,
order to
yeah.
keep yourselves equal and respect
Hmm.
each other the same, I think you've got a breakdown of something and really ought to dig into that.
Yeah. And just moving through life, some people are able to give more, some people need a little more. And,
Yeah. We
um,
all go through phases where we either need
mhm.
more or we have more to give. I mean, that's just the nature of the wheel. But
And one of the things I've thought and said out loud, uh, partly for myself to remind myself, but also partly to help the other person feel better, is what I say is if we as a couple have to go through this,
mm-hmm.
I'd rather be the helper than the sufferer. So thank you for taking on the harder role, you know, so that and it is that idea, I
Mm.
would rather be doing okay and be the one who's able to help
Oh,
rather
for
than
sure.
being the person who is suffering so much that they need the help. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that keeping score. again, I don't think that's a gift. I think that's a contract. I don't know what that is,
It's either a
but
contract or a competition, and neither one sounds like fun to me.
right. Yeah. Or yeah, or a manipulation, I can buy a better gift than you can. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember, again, just memories are popping up as I go in. Again, talking about value is when my daughter was 10, she wanted 10 presents, which is great. Some of the presents ended up being socks. It's like
Yep.
because there was one, I can't remember what it was, but there's like a main present, but she wanted 10. So you wrap up,
Yeah.
her favorite candy bar or her favorite apple muffin mix. She still teases me about that sometimes. So what have we got, Anna? We've got it has to fit the other person and be thoughtful.
Yep. It's about them, for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
have to be what Walmart, Costco, JCPenney tells you that you should buy.
Mm-hmm.
Because, again, none of those have to do with the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Activities versus objects.
Uh-huh.
Activities tend to be remembered more and be more impactful to your relationship. As a
Mm-hmm. And
general rule, I would absolutely.
yeah,
Mhm.
as a general rule. But I think before we started recording, you had mentioned Legos, which are an item, but it really is an
Yeah,
activity. Yeah. Yeah. You
absolutely.
get, yeah.
Because you get
Go
to
ahead.
spend the time putting it together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And last but not least, no strings attached. A gift is a gift that
Yeah.
is to be given, not to be making someone beholden to you, to sound
Yeah.
old timey.
And
One of the rules that we had in my house growing up, and I don't remember it ever being stated as a rule, but it's something I learned from my mom, was once I give you a gift, what you do with that gift is entirely up to you. It has
absolutely.
nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
If you throw it in the trash, that's fine. If you
Mm-hmm.
regift it to someone else, that's
Yeah.
fine. It is now your object, whatever
Yep.
it is.
I 100% agree. I recently sent my sister gas money to come visit me. And then
Mm-hmm.
she said, I don't know if I'll come visit you. And they're like, I did not send you gas money to guilt you into visiting
Right.
me.
Right.
I gave you that. If you use it for gas, it's gone. It's out of my, um,
Yeah.
I'd love to see you. If you don't come see, I'm not saying you must come see me because I gave you gas
Right.
money, you know?
If you use
I,
it to go get groceries, I'll still be happy with you. It's totally fine.
yeah,
Or to go visit someone else.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm a big believer in that. I
Yeah.
had, someone told me a story about, see, I'm trying to remember it. I'm not going to remember it exactly, but he had moved into his first apartment and his parents got him a wall hanging
Mm.
that was religious. And it
Mm-hmm.
was not his religious belief, but
Mm.
that was definitely, even though it wasn't like a you have to buy me something of the same value or that strings attached with different kind of strings attached,
Mm-hmm.
because if when they came over and he didn't have it hung up in the wall, there's going to be an argument,
Yeah.
you know. So I think we talked, and I think he ended up hanging it in the wall, on the wall, and wasn't disrespectful at all. But I'm just going to use this as an example. Hung it on the wall right next to a Satanist picture or something. Wasn't that obvious, but hung it next to the wall, next to pictures of you know the other things that he did value.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
uh, some respect there for his parents, um, because he thought that was important, but also kind of a statement of saying, this is up here because you're my parents, not this is up here because I share your beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
So, without starting an argument.
Yeah. Understandable.
Yeah. Did we hit all the
I think
points?
we hit all the points.
I can't believe we did that, Anna.
I know.
Did we?
Efficiently, too.
Yes, I was going to say, did we ever go off track? Less
Probably.
than usual?
We reined ourselves in very well.
Yes. So gift giving, yeah, whether it's a holiday or not, and like you said, Anna, one gift was just there was no occasion. It was just someone was thinking of
Yeah.
you. And I don't know whether it's better to give than to receive, but I think it's one of those wonderful things where it's both things are nice.
Definitely.
So, thanks for listening.
For more resources, shop at www.upandupwellness.com and hit that subscribe button. If you are in crisis and struggling right now, the national hotline is 988, and they can help you any time of the day or night.